Stellenbosch-based investment group PSG was founded by Jannie Mouton.
Exactly, and the main assets in here are in fact listed. We're talking Capitec, a 35% stake in that. That's like being the rocket ship that's driven the whole thing. But of course they also have Curro in the education sector, PSG Konsult, which is the private equity as well as financial services business, and then Zeder as well. Remember, we bought this one because we did the switch some time ago.
We went out of, was it Zeder?
All of the above.
All of the above. Zeder, Curro,
the PSGs
and
at the top.
Capitec.
Yeah.
Market cap 42.6 billion rand, PE ratio 23.5, dividend yield here of just over 1%. Let's talk about Capitec and the recent downside pressure that we've seen on that stock as it relates to PSG.
Yes, their strategy has been to list most of their underlying businesses, so quite different in that, and then you do a sum of the parts on the PSG business. So you have to look at those parts and the sum of them and maybe the outlook for them. Capitec under a little bit of pressure. The DTI initiative with capping interest rates, putting that share under pressure. I think they got a boost by the demise of African Bank to a certain extent, maybe taking some market share. But that business, highly valued. Curro also very highly valued. Whether it can sustain its valuation and the rating that it's on is questionable. So I think there's some very, very demanding ratings in that portfolio, and as a result I think those shares might be under pressure, and as an extension PSG under pressure.
Paul, are you concerned, still staying with Capitec? Are you concerned for the outlook for the group?
Not particularly. Capitec's done a wonderful job, and the management teams there over the decades a superb job. It listed at R2 a share. It's now close to 500. It has come off, and that's, you know, kind of part of the way it happens. But remember, it's not just about small loans anymore. Capitec is now a real credible player in the retail banking arena.
There's the share price graph.
That's PSG, and that sort of reflects, and you can see there's a bit of a dive there at the end. We currently own this one. I would say I'm pretty positive. You know, the team around Jannie Mouton remains very hands-on. They keep getting new deals that are brought to them because of their firepower. I think they're working on the next Capitec and Curro and Zeder under the hood, in addition to running those businesses well.
Anything to add, Lance, before we call it hot or not?
Interesting. I think Jannie Mouton has really been the driving force, but you see him stepping back and handing the reins over to his son. So whether that transition will maintain the momentum, I'm also a little bit concerned about those valuations. So they're very, very demanding. So I think that caps the upside to a certain extent. So on this one, because of that, I'm not.
Paul, we own it.
Yeah, so I'm going to stick with hot. The one other interesting small wrinkle, I know we're running short of time, is that recently a couple of the historic management types on the board of PSG sold their PSG stakes to Steinhoff. Steinhoff, for no apparent reason, has got like a 25% stake in PSG. It's doing very well for them. It leads me to wonder what might be eventually the end game there, because Marcus Jooste may want that money for something. But anyway, for the moment, going hot on this one.